Disclaimer: the following is a true crime-style dramatization of pre-existing fictional media. The rights to said media belong to their respective rights holders, and any resemblance to persons living or dead not stated in the original media is merely coincidental, and honestly, would be pretty wild.
Hello and welcome to Real Strange Tales, where all that stuff Mike usually says happens.
What are you doing?
Seeing how you like having to come up with a name on the fly, I am your host, Cody McLaughlin, aka Slaughterhouse.
Your name doesn't have...
You need to introduce yourself, big dog, okay? Let them know who you are. Like you put me on the spot every episode.
You literally have from the end of the last one to the start of the new one to think of a name, but I am your host and narrator, Mike Howes, aka The Haunting of Hill House.
Did you plan this?
How would I plan for you to hijack my intro?
Okay, there's no need to point fingers. Just remembered we have a show to start. What public servants does Michael Myers take out today with that hard jello bar?
How again? This one is less about Michael and more about Haddonfield as a whole. What happens between 2018 and last Halloween, actually.
Wait, so Michael isn't in this one?
He is, kind of.
Okay. Usually when you're this cryptic, it's almost my birthday, and that isn't until December, so I am confused.
About we get into it and see what I mean.
Alright, but these last few have been really long compared to our usual chats. It's hard to keep my attention in check for that long.
This one will be a little shorter, but, hey.
What?
It's Halloween. We're gonna have a good time tonight. In the years following the disappearance of Michael Myers on Halloween night 2018, his shadow has loomed over Haddonfield like a specter of madness and despair. Crime rates were up, as were disappearances among members of the community and drifters alike.
How do we know those weren't Michael?
It's a decent question. Some of the violent acts included guns, which were deemed by a now retired Frank Hawkins to be the work of someone else, as Michael does not use guns.
But didn't he shoot that one lady in the face?
Indirectly, he made her shoot herself in the face.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. None of these shooting victims were tested for boot prints, were they?
Of the missing victims involved in the story to this point, Kimberly Hart, who after the incident with Cameron and Allison on Halloween night 2018, ran into Ryan Cooper, a former classmate a year her senior, returned from college. The two hit it off and became a couple. 1 year later, on Halloween 2019, the two went missing and remain so to this day.
I was cooking up a Power Rangers joke, but in light of this tragic news, I don't think I should.
Well, I applaud you for not going there.
She's at the command center in Angel Grove now.
Another tragic incident was one involving the mother of Oscar Berlucci on Halloween 2020, who was found hanging from a rope, wearing the costume her son's body was identified in.
That one is even worse. That's so sad.
You're not going to sneak a joke in?
God, no. What kind of monster do you think I am?
Okay, good.
Why are you just looking at me?
Just making sure. But the most tragic and infamous event that occurred in the wake of Michael Myers is what happened at the Allen household on October 31st, 2019. Roger and Teresa Allen hired 21-year-old Corey Cunningham to babysit their 10-year-old son, Jeremy.
I want to say that this already sounds unsettling, but hiring a 21-year-old man to babysit? Doesn't he have student loan debt to accumulate or something?
Corey was actually, at the time, not in school but saving up for college.
Oh, then it's kind of cool that they were helping out. Except you did say that it was tragic and infamous.
Infamous. Whatever. Corey had a reputation as a nice kid with an overbearing mother prior to that night. Came from below average means and was attempting to earn his way into engineering school. Jeremy was a well-behaved kid who liked to play pranks, thought by his parents to be his way of processing the scars of terror left upon everyone in Haddonfield. Everyone had the boogeyman on the mind, including Corey and Jeremy.
You know what I wonder?
What the top of your fridge looks like?
Ouch. No, but Oh. Dude, I lost my train of thought.
While watching a movie, Corey left the room, and when he returned, Jeremy was gone.
Yo, but Michael doesn't hurt kids, except the times that he does. He was 10, though. Wasn't that the cutoff? Teenagers?
I mean, Michael Myers did what he wanted, man. He did not publish a list of his personal rules on Twitter or some shit.
Mike, it's called X now.
He's gonna dead name his daughter. I'm gonna dead name his dumbass website. As Corey searched for Jeremy, he made his way upstairs to the third story of the house.
I'm sorry?
What?
The third story?
Yeah.
Did they have other kids?
Nope, just them and Jeremy.
Why the hell do they need a whole story per family member? Something's up with them.
Corey heard Jeremy shouting and entered a storage room on the top floor.
How did Michael feel about heights?
I do not know.
Maybe that's why Dr. Sardine wanted to talk to him.
Sartain.
Yeah, that. He just wanted to know about his interest.
You falling down the same rabbit hole they did, growing obsessed with him talking?
Honestly, at this point, I am thoroughly say-something pilled. But I don't want to ask dumb shit like, why do you kill people, or does that mask smell bad? I want to ask cool stuff like, are you afraid of heights, and can I try on those overalls?
Behind Corey, trapping him in the storage room, Jeremy taunted him outside, telling him that Michael Myers was coming for him.
Yo, they teamed up?
No. Corey panicked, kicking at the door to get out, sending it swinging outward, hitting Jeremy in the face and sending him backward over the railing, hitting the hardwood floor below just as his parents returned home.
Oh. Oh, wow.
Yeah, it's a tough one.
Michael's going to be mad Corey took out his little protege.
Jeremy doesn't actually work with Michael. It was a prank.
Michael does not prank people. He stabs and he decorates.
Jeremy was pranking Corey. Corey tried to escape. It resulted in Jeremy falling. Michael was not there, and I know you're probably going to say that we know of, but no, he was not there.
Oh, I got you.
Yeah.
That's actually not fun.
Though the jury deemed Corey innocent, the town, perhaps looking for a new boogeyman, deemed him a monster who got away with murder. Some have even spread the rumor that he was in a cult meant to spread fear on Halloween.
Oh, right. Now that's my kind of cult.
Pardoname?
Yeah, like not like the bouncing kids off of hardwood floors thing, more so the just like run around and freak people out thing.
That's not a cult, that's just being a teenager.
And I couldn't pass for a teenager, so I'm going to need to settle for a cult.
Though not all was bad, those most closely involved in the rampage were moving past it. Frank Hawkins had fully recovered from his injuries and was retired from the force, taking up guitar and learning to speak Japanese.
Hey, real quick, did you add fluff stuff in because I told you I liked it?
You know it, buddy. Allison, after a rough patch dating an obsessive and emotionally abusive police officer named Doug Mullaney in order to feel protected after losing her parents, had become a nurse, working at the practice of Tanner Mathis, the former boss of Marcus Wilson, whom Michael killed in 2018.
Cheek stab guy?
Well, yeah. I'm surprised you remembered one.
Dude, cheek stabbings are rare. I marked it in my noggin.
It's been suggested that Mathis only hired Allison to help his image and research, as he had written a book about a falsified encounter he had with Michael Myers during the 2018 rampage.
Wow, that's not cool. Just taking a fictional story that's made up and telling everyone it's real?
Yeah, he's a real piece of shit, and I will agree with you there. So fucking mad. Lori, on the other hand, finally took the advice of Lindsay Wallace and began attending therapy, working through 40-plus years of trauma. She was now living with Allison in an ordinary, non-weaponized home, and had become something that more resembles a typical grandmother, writing a book about her experiences at the urging of Frank Hawkins.
See, man, that's the power of therapy. She'd been fucking nuts for years. Then she got some therapy, and things started to get better.
Yeah, it absolutely worked for her.
I bet I know some other people that it would work for. Maybe some people in this room. Maybe some tall people. Perhaps they could stand to go and, hey, no, get your hand away from your mouth. I'm trying to...
Corey Cunningham, however, had given up going to school. He lived a quiet life, working as a mechanic for his stepfather, Ronald Prevost. On October 27th, 2022, Corey stopped into a gas station after work and encountered four high school students: Terry Tramer, Billy, Stacy, and Margot. The last names of the latter three students were withheld at the request of their families.
I know what that means.
They were members of the Haddonfield High School marching band and asked Corey to buy them beer. He refused, fearing confrontation and further trouble with the law. The encounter resulted in a glass shard embedded into Corey's hand.
This adult got beat up by the high school marching band?
Yep, now you gotta understand that any kid can be a bully, and it's not about.
Same.
What?
Dude, high school bands are the geese of high school culture. They honk and they'll bite you.
Laurie Strode happened to be at the gas station at the same time and helped to scare the kids off before taking Corey to Mathis' office so that Allison could tend to his hand. The two hit it off, as was Laurie's plan.
Man, neither of my grandmas ever tried to get me laid.
Mine has.
What?
It was when I was taking care of her while she had dementia. I was helping her into bed, and she told me, "You know, young lady, my grandson would love you," which was a good thing because at least I know she thought I was handsome enough to get someone as handsome as me.
Yeah, she just called me a tall baby. That's honestly what I still use as my call sign in video games.
On October 28th, Corey accompanied Allison to a Halloween party at Lindsay Wallace's bar, but he quickly encountered Jeremy's mother, yet again drinking away her sorrows.
Yo, that is indeed awkward. I hate when that happens.
You're just hanging out, and then just boom, Jeremy's mom.
I hate Jeremy's mom.
This caused Corey to break down and go a separate way from Allison, who went home to be consoled by Laurie. Corey turned up the next day, bruised and bloodied from an encounter he claimed he had with the marching band after leaving the bar.
Okay, getting roughed up by the marching band is one thing, but to have it happen twice? Even my mom called their moms after the first time. I'll tell you one thing. Moms these days are not as scared of Jesus as they used to be, nor are they as prepared to weaponize Jesus to guilt trip other moms.
On the night of October 29th, Corey and Allison went to a diner to have a meal together and make up, but a few of the local police were in attendance, including Doug Mullaney, who caused a scene and wouldn't be seen again after that night.
No comment.
You don't have anything to say about Officer Mullaney going missing?
Nope, keep reading.
It was at this point that Laurie began to grow suspicious of Corey, believing that something was changing in him. She spoke with his mother, who swore he was a good boy but didn't like the idea of him going out with girls.
His mom wanted to make him gay?
No, his beloved's mother didn't want him spending time with anyone but her.
That makes more sense. I mean, it doesn't, but, you know.
I don't.
Like, how would you make someone... You know what? Let me stop. Clear your throat, keep going.
Okay. Jeremy Allen's father, Roger, saw Corey on the street. In the time since his son's passing, he'd forgiven Corey and felt bad for the damage done to his life as a result of the accident. But this time, he told Laurie and Lindsay that he didn't see the same person behind those eyes when he looked at him.
Everyone in these cases is always saying that you can tell when someone isn't themselves through their eyes. You're my best friend, my ride or die, my bottom bitch.
Bottom bitch does not mean best friend.
Shh, you're on the bottom. But like I was saying, I know you better than anyone's besides the Tizzle Swizz, if any of you Swifties are listening or on the fence about subscribing. But then you stand in front of me and look at me, and you know what I see when I look into your eyes?
I don't know what.
Nothing. You are a full foot taller than me. But when you're sitting, do you know what I see?
My man, spit it out.
Nothing. I see nothing. You know what I see when I look in everyone else's eyes? Also nothing. There's some shit in your head that helps you see.
I see your spirit when I look into your eyes.
Whoa, really?
Yeah.
What do you see?
The essence of a possum hunting for Doritos.
Man, you get me.
The night of October 30th, Dr. Mathis and Deb Jennings, a colleague of Allison's, were continuing their secret affair at Mathis's home. But they weren't alone.
Ooh, is it gonna happen?
The next morning, their bodies were discovered. Mathis was stabbed several times and had a bag wrapped around his head.
I hesitate to say this because apparently the whole town has a gas leak, but he back?
Deb Jennings' body was found inside, pinned to the wall with a knife.
He back.
That's old Joe and Michael being back?
Dude, that's his thing. You think this town has two people strong enough for that shit? Like 60% of the people there died in 2018.
Also on October 30th, Allison and Corey were spending time at the tower on top of the WURG radio building. They had a confrontation with Sean Schreider, also known as Willie the Kid, a controversial DJ that pushed various conspiracy theories about Michael Myers, Laurie Strode, Sam Loomis, Corey Cunningham, and the Pope about trespassing, and reportedly called Corey a dumb bitch.
Like, the Pope?
Yeah, a few of his theories involve the Pope. I don't know what his deal is, but yeah, he talks about the Pope a lot.
Sometimes I consider myself quite conspiratorial, theoretical, or like a conspiracy theory guy or whatever. Mostly just like get intoxicated and sort of question things, try and read alien books that are weird, but even I know every single goddamn pope is too old to conspire about anything.
On October 31st, Allison broke the news to Laurie that she and Corey would be leaving town.
What about his eyes, though?
Halloween night fell upon Haddonfield once more, and the expected bloodshed came with it.
If I lived there, I'd just plan my vacation around Halloween. Come back on like November 6th, change my clocks, and see what neighbors were still around.
I do plan my work vacations around Halloween every year.
Yeah, but you don't go anywhere.
That's not true. I come to your house. I go to the grocery store sometimes, or like eat at Lido's, or I'll take the dogs to Royal Farms. Get me a waffle sandwich.
Yeah, that's like a 10-mile radius, dude. Michael Myers would still get you.
True, but then I'd get covered on the show and be a part of history.
Whoa. If you died, why would there be an episode about this?
Well, I'd assume you'd keep the whole thing going.
Dude, you do all the research, and that's not changing.
The first crime scene of Halloween night 2022 was the junkyard owned by Ron Prevost. Terry Tramer's car was found with the word psycho carved into the side of it. His friend Billy was found inside, stabbed in the eye at the center of the junkyard. At the exit fence, Stacy was found, her head bashed in with a wrench. Someone had chased Margot with the tow truck and rammed through the gate she attempted to climb to escape. She was wrapped in the chain link and pinned beneath the truck. After struggling for a while, her head was stomped in.
That one sounds especially brutal, but funny in the fact that whenever anyone mentions a tow truck, I automatically picture Mater from Cars 2.
Wait, Mater from Cars 2?
Yeah, the Pixar movie.
But why Cars 2? I mean, Mater is in Cars 1 and Cars 3, and based on the general consensus, I'm pretty sure that Cars 2 is like by far the least popular one.
There's a Cars 1?
Yeah, why do you think they called it Cars 2?
Lightning, Mater, Cars 2.
You think it's called Cars 2 because there were two cars?
Yeah.
Jesus. Next to the truck, Ron Prevost was lying on the ground, a single bullet hole in his head. Terry Tramer was dead as well, a welding torch taken to his face, burning a jack-o'-lantern shape into it.
That's graphic.
Want another detail that's kind of gross?
You know I do.
The flame from the torch was so hot that Terry's teeth popped.
Take it back. No, remove that image from my head, please.
Yeah, I know. It's a pretty rough one.
Mike, I said take it out.
The second crime scene of the night was at Corey's home, where his mother was attacked and killed.
Damn. Someone's mad at Corey.
You think that's what it is?
I like to imagine Michael Myers just sitting around listening to the radio and getting radicalized by Willie the Kid. Yeah, like a parent on Facebook.
Funny you mention that. The third crime scene was the WURG building. Listeners noticed the record playing was skipping. A fire was later called in. Upon arriving at the scene, it was discovered that the building had been set on fire from the tower. Inside, the receptionist, Susan, was found impaled with a crowbar, and Willie the Kid had had his jaw ripped off, the remnants of his face being what was causing the record to skip.
Did it sound good?
Did what sound good?
The record with the face bits on it.
I don't know. I haven't heard it.
The station didn't record it?
Station burned down, man.
Right.
The fourth crime scene was the home of Laurie Strode.
Oh shit!
Initially, the authorities received a call from Laurie herself, reporting someone ending their own life. The police notified Hawkins, prompting his concern and calling Allison, who made it to the house before the authorities, who were busy with all of the other chaos in town. When police arrived, they discovered Corey Cunningham, who had been shot twice, pushed through the railing of the stairs above into the first floor below, stabbed in the throat, and had his neck broken.
Did anything happen to his weird-ass eyes?
Nope.
Kind of ironic that he was thrown from the railing as well.
Yeah, but this was only from the second story, not the third like Jeremy.
Oh, that's too bad.
There were signs of a further struggle in the house. Proceeding to the kitchen, police discovered Laurie Strode and Allison Nelson standing over the body of Michael Audrey Myers.
His middle name was Audrey?
Yeah,
No wonder he killed people. Jesus.
it's not a great name.
So what happened when he got back up?
He didn't.
You told me that you can't kill the boogeyman.
Apparently you can.
I'm suspicious.
The girls had stabbed Michael through the hands, pinning him to the kitchen island, pinned his leg with an overturned refrigerator, stabbed him in the chest, slit his throat. Michael had freed one of his hands, but then he had his arm broken. The two girls took his mask and slit his wrist as Michael bled out in the kitchen.
Aw, give his damn mask back at least. He likes it.
As a public showing to the town he'd terrorized, Michael's body was placed on the roof of Allison's car and escorted by police to the junkyard.
It would be hilarious if he just rolled off of the car and strolled away.
Funny that you mentioned that.
Ooh, really?
Nah, I'm kidding. He gone. Haddonfield residents, those personally victimized by the boogeyman or those that lost friends and loved ones, gathered around and watched as Michael was fed into an industrial shredder, grinding his body into mush, ending the town's nightmare that lasted nearly 6 decades.
Damn. I wasn't expecting him to actually bite it. But I guess Sarah will be grateful.
Oh, what do you, like, she, listen to the show and she's afraid of him now?
No, dude, she is not listening to this show. I've been sleeping with the lights on all month.
In the years since the demise of Michael Myers, Haddonfield is healed. Allison has moved away. Laurie Strode and Frank Hawkins visited Japan together, and she now lives a quiet, private life.
Wow. I'm happy for all of them, but I'm primarily happy that Hawkins got some.
Jesus, man.
I really hope he didn't miss that shot, too.
This is our final segment of the show where I ask Cody a question or two, or more, about the case to get his expert opinion.
Expert at what?
Listen to me talk, I guess.
Oh, I am good at that. Yeah, hit me.
All right, first up, 3 episodes, 1 story, our longest one yet. What do you think? You see why I'm so fascinated with this?
I mean, yeah, I can see why you find it interesting, but I don't know why it's the only thing you talk about.
It's not the only thing I talk about.
It's pretty close, but yeah, Michael is really intriguing. I can see why Loomis lost his shit over it. The other people that were just obsessed with him speaking, that's kind of weird. Who cares what he has to say?
Second question. Any insights? Think Michael was responsible for every one of the 4 crime scenes on Halloween 2022?
No, that was Corey.
What?
Corey killed those people, clear as day.
No, the official story is that Michael killed at least most of them.
He came back for Laurie probably, but Michael is random, dude. The people you listed on Halloween night were all people that Corey had beef with. The DJ who talked shit, the band geeks that bullied his bitch ass, and his overbearing smother. Why the hell would Michael leave a junkyard and say, yo, let me find Corey Cunningham's mom?
Whoa, you might have blown this whole damn thing open.
Dude, also, Corey was shot. Michael doesn't do that.
Yeah?
I think Corey attacked Laurie because he got the weird eye. She shot him, gave him a trip on the Jeremy staircase ride, and then Michael turned up and, I don't know, somehow Laurie fought him off.
Wow, that's insightful as hell.
Yeah, buddy, I think you're too close to the case.
All right, I had a funny third question planned, but now I want to know why would they lie about who killed all those people?
I mean, Haddonfield was tearing itself apart. If they thought Michael was the source of their problems and he was finally defeated, everyone could be happy and chill. If they knew that if they got rid of their boogeyman, someone else's eyes would get weird and their hands would get stabby, why tell people?
Whoa, wait, do you think by talking about this, we're like damning Haddonfield back to the madness, like when we post this?
Not a single person in Haddonfield is going to listen to this. I'm still not sure all of our listeners aren't our moms.
True, but all of you who are listening, thank you for doing so. If you liked what you heard today, don't forget to throw us a like, subscribe, and turn on notifications to get more. And leave a comment telling us your thoughts or what cases you'd like to see next.
Also, hi, Mom! Wait, Mike, what are we talking about next time?
Well, you've been a good boy putting up with 3 straight episodes of this. So, next time we are going to talk about the robot case. So, join us when we talk about the case of Megan with a 3.